Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of the A Brighter Day Outreach podcast. We are so elated that you chose to be with us on today. I'm so excited that we are on so many different platforms and we have some amazing things happening at A Brighter Day Outreach. But today we're going to stop for just a moment and hear from someone who has just decided to join our family. Hello.
Hi. How you doing, Beverly?
I am well. This is Miss Minnie McPherson, and she's just been a jewel. I often tell her, God sent you here, and she's just been a complete angel. So I want everyone to get to know Miss Minnie McPherson. So tell us a little bit about you, your background, aspirations, and what made you join all of this madness that's going around here at this community hub.
Okay. So I've been married for 27 years. Wow. We have 4 children, 36, 25, and twin boys that are 16. Wow. And I know that's a huge stretch.
And she still has time to come here. Oh my
God. So I had my oldest daughter when I was 18. Mm-hmm. And so I struggled through that. I'm from a pretty large family and I had to figure it out. Mm-hmm. I volunteered at her school all the time. I just took that opportunity, and I know that, when I would go to school with her, the other children whose parents weren't there, they would always want my attention. Mm-hmm. They want help, and kids just want to know that they're loved. So since the beginning, I just had a love for kids and just helping. God just has put that on my heart. Wow. And so I just want to help.
Well, I'm going to tell you what drew me to her. Part of her family was coming here to the food pantry, and then she just showed up one day. And then next thing I know, she's like helping out and doing, and I'm like, who is this lady? Who is this? And then, oh, that's my mom. And I was like, oh my God. And we just got a chance to really get to know each other, and what a true blessing it has been having her around. So your background, I mean, you had a child when you were 18. Yes. So did you come from a family that did a lot of volunteering or anything like that?
I just watched my mom. She had 10 of us. So that was her volunteer time.
10.
10. 8 girls. Oh. 8 of them girls.
Oh, Lord. God bless America.
Yes. So it was like, it's a girl. It's a girl. It's a girl. It's a girl. Wow. And we actually came from a very impoverished background, and but school and education was key. Mm-hmm. And one of my sisters, then another followed. They were the first generation to go to college, Carolina, for with our family, and just my mom demanded excellence from us, even though she was a housekeeper and those types of things, but she still really demanded excellence, and I'm thankful for that.
Absolutely, those core values that helps us along the way. Same with my mom. She worked really hard, but always had a couple of jobs and didn't have a lot of time, but I watched her. So it was her, the way she paid the bills, the way she, come in, she throw a load of clothes in, put something on the stove, do some homework. All of those things were embedded in me. And then later on, we have the A Brighter Day Community Hub and Food Pantry because of all of those values. So hats off to Mom. 10, y'all. Oh, let's give her a clap.
Yes, 10.
Mom is my shero, because I can't even imagine. I had one of each, and that was it.
I know. And as you're growing up, you're thinking like, oh my gosh, she gets on my nerves. She's so mean. All of these things, but along the way, they're just planting these seeds. Yes. And we all know that, we have people that give us seeds. Some people that water us, and only God brings the growth. Right. And when it's time, that's what happens. And so as I became a mom myself, it started to come together. It's like, oh my God, I understand this now. Like why I want the best for my kid. That's why I'm in these classrooms. I'm, working hard. I jumped in the workforce, and I wanted to make a great life for my child. And I think I accomplished that, especially having conversations with her now that she's 36. Wow. And she always comes and she's like, Mom, you are always volunteering with us. You are always on my field trips. I think about that now. And now she has her children, and now she can appreciate the things that I did that she probably didn't think was so special back then, but now she understands.
I think it's just very important as we teach here, and at Thomasboro Academy, for those little moments that stick with our young people for life. There are moments in time where I had a mentor, a teacher, somebody that I was watching that made just a huge impact on my life. So thank you for all that you do. What is your background? Like what, if you got any school, went to school or any jobs or anything like that?
So actually I did. I started off at Central Piedmont. Okay. And I just be quite honest, I jumped right into the workforce because I began to realize that I was behind. I had a child at 18, and now, I'm asking and I'm reaching out for services. And sometimes back then, I didn't feel like it was the most welcoming community where what you're doing, like, I'm like, okay, this feels good. I love you. You love the people. I can just see it just running and flowing out of you, which makes people so comfortable in communicating with you, telling them what their needs are. It's like, okay, like, what are we going to do? When I was coming, it didn't feel that way. Right. So it's just like, right. It's like, what are you doing? Get in this group and do this stuff. And so I jumped into the work world. So I was working for Bank of America for 10 years. I got in there and I just kind of moved my way up. And I really enjoyed working there. And then my daughter was in a lot of sports. So I just believe in having kids busy.
Oh, yes. That's very important. I don't mind.
Yes. And when I was in junior high school, just to share with you, I didn't really do a lot of after school activities, but this teacher, her name was Minnie Williams. She was my health teacher. Oh my gosh. I am still in contact with her. I literally just had a conversation with her maybe 2 weeks ago. Okay. And she said, Minnie, you're coming out for the volleyball team. And I was like, what? I never played volleyball a day of my life. I'm like, okay. And when I just felt like I was a part of something then. I wasn't going, it made me buckle down in the classroom because I wanted to be able to play. You had to have certain grades. It gave me a purpose. Wow. And I really enjoyed playing volleyball. I was a hard worker. I didn't even know what I had in me until she told me that I was playing volleyball for her. And I was like, okay. And of course, my mom didn't have any problems. She was, at work anyways. And then from there, I went from playing volleyball to basketball, which I knew nothing about as well. And she's like, you're going to be the point guard. And I was like, what? Wow. And then I ran track. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then I ran track as well. So the sports, for me, it just like shaped my life. It shaped me, my drive to do, to work. It just gave me something to do after school. I met friends. It just opened a lot of doors for me. So I did that for my kids. Wow. All of my kids have been introduced to sports. They are with a good group of kids. I generally, I have my regular teenage problems and stuff. Everybody, nobody's getting past that. I'm sorry. Nobody's life is perfect. Right. But for the most part, my kids, they're very respectful. They know their core values. Awesome. They walk with integrity and and character, and that's really important to me. We need more of that. Yes. Again, it's almost like someone said, just let the horses run. just let the rain go and let the horses run. And I definitely I have high expectations for my kids. Mm-hmm. I can't control it. God only does that. That's right. But I definitely plant those seeds, just like with my mom. Mm-hmm. I plant those seeds, and sports is a big part of their lives.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I think that's amazing. Utilizing sports, definitely a way to bring the family together. I remember the drop-offs and pickups and running all over Charlotte and feeling like a crazy person. But at the same time, God gave me this mission for a brighter day. So I made my children be a part of it as well. And now they are very engaged with community service and wanting to come back home and work here and do things with a brighter day. So all of those values is really what drew me to you, because we had a need. And that need is with our Break Every Chain program. We do have someone, Tanika Nicholson, that's been amazing, that jumped in last year when our previous had to leave abruptly. And we just kept things moving along. But to follow the Spark program, we need to do that because that's a part of our partnership with Thomasboro Academy. Yes. And you have just jumped in feet first. I was so blown away. Now, let me tell y'all, I was here at my desk just working away, doing my thing, and she was in the other room just making copies and organizing and everything. And then when I saw everything that after she left, took it home with her and finished putting everything together and brought it back, I said, oh my God. Everything was stapled and bound and ready to rock and roll for all of the 3 second grade classes at Thomasboro. I was amazed. So she really has jumped in and hit the ground running. So she is going to be our lead for the Break Every Chain program. And I am truly excited. We've already had a couple of sessions at the school. So tell us a little bit about that. How has that gone for you?
It was amazing, actually. I remember one child coming up to me when I walked in the classroom, because I was already really nervous. I was like, oh, what have Beverly got me into? I was excited, but I was also nervous because, kids have a lot of expectations, even though, and then you have a lot of little expectations all at one time. They're coming, they have questions. And the first kid comes up, he was like, you're new. And I said, I am. Because they smell you out. They like, they do. The new people. And he said, this is your first time. And I said, it is my first time. And then I said, are you going to teach me the ropes? I'm going to count on you to help me. Because I'm pretty nervous. I said, you think you can help me? He said, yeah. I said, oh, phew. Let me out. And it's been an amazing experience. It gives the children the opportunity just to relax, and we're really talking about their emotions right now.
Yes. So for those of you who don't know what the Break Every Chain program is, we're focusing on pretty much emotional intelligence, just teaching them how to regulate their emotions and, to be able to get back on course. So our goal is working with second grade before they get to the third grade and then begin to be assessed. And we all know, we've all heard about the school to prison pipeline data that is used to do things that are in a negative light, an expectation of mostly Black and brown children. And the expectation is that they'll end up in prison, so the funding goes towards those types of things. So we want to negate that by coming in and teaching them those skills, in the second grade. So by the time they begin to be assessed in third, they're all set and ready to go. So the exercises that Minnie and all of our amazing volunteers are doing are going to help. And we see the numbers. Everything has improved significantly. This was our third year. And so just to be able to see that there are no children getting in trouble and having all types of issues where they're sent home and not learning, that we've succeeded, and we will continue to succeed and stay in touch with all of the children. So I know you and I had the class last week, and there was just so many different things happening in that room with the second grade scholars. So one thing that stood out that you and I have talked about, the one exercise that the question was, what do you want to see? Or something to that degree.
Yeah, what would they like to one of their goals would be, what do you want to do before the end of the year? What would you like to accomplish by the end of the year? Or and what would you like to achieve for a lifetime goal?
Yes. And one of the students said his lifetime goal was to see God.
Yes.
Okay, mic drop. You know what? What do you want? You want some chips? Fruit snacks. I was just so blown away. A very intelligent young man, and just to hear each one of them share about their experiences, it is truly life changing. So I want to encourage anyone that has an hour from 10 to 11 on Wednesdays to come and join us. Yes. I give you my word. You come one time, you'll want to continue to come because the need is so great. Yes. From the Break Every Chain program, we've been able to spin, and we are now, there's a book that has been published. We have authors and illustrators for third through fifth grade from the last school year. And that is getting ready to take off. We're going to do a big book signing, and Minnie will be there, and the rest of the Break Every Chain team. So tell me, in just the couple of weeks that you've been there, what are some things that you feel are, things that maybe others can contribute to help out with the students? I heard something that, yesterday. Instead of buying the coffee for the person in line behind you at Starbucks, call a local school, and pay off a child's lunch debt. Yes. That was so powerful to me. Mm-hmm. So just one thing that really struck me that I want to work with the school about, but anything that comes to mind for you?
I would love to have volunteers coming to read with the students.
So badly.
Help with, like, say, their parents may not have an opportunity to work with them in the afternoons with spelling words, or help with some math problems. That would help them tremendously. Yes. Just to have someone sit with them, and sometimes they just need to talk to someone about what's going on in their life.
Exactly.
So that they can get back on track. So they feel heard. Right. Just for an example, last week when we were together, we had a child who, he had a little meltdown on us.
Mm-hmm, he did.
And we got him back together. Mm-hmm. And this week, he was amazing. I heard him. I pulled him to the side. Mm-hmm. I listened to some of the issues that he wanted to bring to the table. Because sometimes we, as an adult, we forget that we were kids too. Right. And it could be just like something like so silly, but they need to be heard too.
Everyone's voice.
Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I kind of pulled him to the side and I talked to him about it. And I said, well, I hear you. I want to know that I hear you. You are heard. We're going to make sure that we make some adjustments and whatever. And even though it still took him a little time to shift, he did. I got him to talk and everything. And today he was present. And I love that. No problems. Happy. He was present. He was asking me questions, asking for help. I like that because they know that I care about them.
Exactly.
They
And I
know.
think that's the core of it all.
Yes.
And one of the reasons why, if you sign up to be a volunteer, make sure that you can be consistent, because many of these children, they're not seeing consistency. They don't have anybody that will, that they can depend on, that's going to be there, that will come and read with them and help them just be better little people. They're just little people that need to be heard and understood, and then for someone to help them with some of the challenges that
Yes.
they're having. We noticed reading is huge.
Yes.
We started an initiative last year to help, but it was December. So it's only, September now. So if you can volunteer and come in and help with reading, math, or even some of the science, they are being graded at the end of grade testing. And I'm so proud of Thomasboro improving their scores from last year. But it took a village to be able to do that. So all of you that heard our cry and saw every post of all the flyers, thank you so much for taking the time to go and help the Thomasboro students to improve. So that was a huge thing for us to be able to see that none of our efforts were in vain. So if you want to help, please just, reach out to us and we'll get you connected as well. So Minnie, thank you so much for coming on today and just sharing. We are excited to have you as our Break Every Chain program director at Thomasboro Academy, and all that you do around here and helping out with all of the donations that come in. She is very organized like me. I love it. I found somebody that is in sync with, my little things that everybody knows all about. But, well, some of them. And then they get to learn. So we're going to continue on. But anything else you want to leave us with before we wrap up for today?
I just want to thank you for everything you do for the community. I love your heart.
Thank you.
And that speaks volumes. You are a genuine, authentic. You see you see what you get is what you get, and that's what actually has drawn me to you. I've watched. I came to the pantry a couple times. I kind of just wanted to get a feel. I wanted to see what I was, and I was like, I love her. Okay, she's
About the
she's
business.
real.
That's it.
And I love how you love on everybody, and I love what you do. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you for doing that.
I appreciate that so much.
you.
And, along those lines, today we received the Goodie Award. So excited for that opportunity through Share Charlotte. It was at the Foundation of Carolinas this morning. So you'll see more of that with our production team that will take care of all of that, putting it out in the universe. But it just goes, we got the giving award, the giver, and I was like, that is so in alignment. But to also hear that there were numerous nominations for our organization, so thank you all so much for your continued support, and thank you for seeing a light that made you want to be a part of this amazing journey. So thank you all again for tuning in for this amazing episode of the A Brighter Day podcast. Please tune in to all of the social media platforms, iHeartRadio, just all of them. You will find us everywhere. Again, thank you. And my name is Beverly Knox Davis, founder and president for Brighter Day Outreach. And we look forward to you joining us again soon. Thank you.